So let's get the news from the press conference. It's being covered for us here at CCTV News by reporter Zhong Shi, and he's joining us now. Thanks for being with us again, Zhong Shi. Some time has now passed since we last spoke. Just give us the wrap-up from the press conference that you attended today.
Well, Edwin, the press conference has now concluded after about an hour. I should point out that this was a joint press conference. Even though it was organized by the city government, it was attended by representatives from a number of government agencies, the Environment Protection Bureau, the transit authorities, and the Committee for Housing and Urban Construction, which symbolizes that fighting air pollution here in China has really now become a concerted effort across the city offices. Now, again, the press conference is about emergency plans by the city government on what the government will do on severely polluted days. It specifically stipulates 4 types of warning levels, each represented by a different color. That's blue, yellow, orange, and red, with a color red representing the most severe air pollution situation here in Beijing, which is 3 consecutive days of heavy pollution. Now, when that happens, what the government will do is to ban half of the city's 5 million vehicles from driving onto the roads. In addition, it will also ban 30% of all public and all official vehicles from driving onto the roads. So very strong measures from the Beijing city government this time around. Edwin?
Yes, they are certainly very strong measures, Zhong Shi, when you think of banning half the cars and 30% of government vehicles on these most polluted days. There obviously would have been a lot of questions asked by members of the media. We saw them there gathered earlier. What were the most concerning matters that they raised during the question and answer period?
Well, in the Q&A session, the conference did address some very typical public concerns. For example, will Beijing's public transportation system be enough to cater to the increased number of commuters when the red alert is on? That's when the city bans half of its vehicles from driving onto the roads. Now, the official from the transit authority says that it will, of course, increase the number of subway trains and buses to cater to that increased need. And their estimation says that it won't be an outstanding problem with the red alert on. Another question is about whether Beijing will follow in the footsteps of Harbin, which saw increased air pollution after it began to supply central heating to its residents. Now, the official answer to that is that whether that will happen will depend on a series of very complicated meteorological conditions and problems, and therefore cannot be accurately forecast. What happened in Harbin was when very bad weather conditions, very poor meteorological conditions met with emissions from the city's central heating, so foggy weather was created. Whether that will happen in Beijing stays unknown at this point. Back to you, Edwin.
Yes, we still have some days, of course, to go before the heat's turned on here, but if everybody will be watching indeed. Many thanks for the